As I reflect on this journey of healing that I'm going through, that I'm experiencing, something that seems to be a persistent theme is the avoidance of pain. And it's really interesting because with everything I've learned in regards to pain, you need to feel it. You can't avoid it and expect that to be a sustainable approach to how you live life. Um, Something that I noticed about my life growing up is that whenever something would get hard, I would just go with whatever's easy. And it's just strange because now that I look at it, that taught me instant gratification. That taught me the path of just giving in to what's easy and never actually working through difficult situations or emotions. And of course, I know where this stuff comes from. I'm not going to explore any of that here because boundaries are important to me, but just the matter of pain, having the capacity to sit with pain and not numbing out. If you can't sit with pain, you're going to have a really hard time with life altogether. That's just the way that it is. You're going to have a hard time navigating. You're going to have a hard time with situations and experiences. You're going to have a hard time with emotions. You're going to have a hard time working through things. And that's just the way that it is. You need to allow pain to be an element in your life. You need to allow it to be a player in your life. And if you don't, if you try to stop pain from being an experience that you feel, you're going to mess up your potential. You're going to mess up how you are molded. And that's the problem here. That's the problem with how pain is approached by so many people in life, is they don't allow it to just be there. They try to drown it out with something. We live in a world, we live in a society where if it doesn't feel good, we don't want anything to do with it. And I'm not trying to generalize. There are people that are doing the work. There are people that are sitting with the difficult feelings and emotions. But, like, in my own experiences and also, like, with what I've, like, seen, pain is something that's very hard to sit with. Oh, give it to someone else, or oh, just numb it out, or like all these things. It's so strange. It's not a resilient path to push it out or to try to get rid of it, because you need it there to teach you whatever it is that it's trying to tell you. Pain, just like every other emotion, has its place. You want to be happy? Cool. You don't want to be in pain? I don't know what to tell you about that. You want joy? Cool. You don't want to suffer? I don't know what to tell you about that. Suffering is a tool for transformation. That's just the way that it is. Suffering is a tool for transformation. So when you allow yourself to sit with the pain and understand that it's not permanent, right? No emotion is permanent. You might get stuck. Maybe you find yourself depressed and it's really painful to be depressed. Maybe what you need to do is get angry. Because, that's just how things work sometimes. You need to express what it is that you're feeling. Maybe you're depressed because this person treated you that way and you weren't congruent in your response to how you approached things with them, and that's just the way that unfolded. So you got depressed. You weren't congruent. Pain is there to teach us things. We need to allow it to be there and to not try to push it out and push it away and get rid of it, because it's there just like every other emotion. Pain is there just like happiness is there, just like joy is there, just like sadness is there, just like frustration is there, just like ecstasy is there, just like peace is there, like it's all emotions. I would argue that a lot of people have probably learned to push out pain because they were somehow taught that it's not real, or that I'm always mind blown when I find out what it is that people are taught about emotions. People are taught that anger is unacceptable. People are taught that they're not allowed to feel this or that. Um, yeah, there are so many ways in which people are molded into believing that emotions are supposed to be, or that this and that is supposed to be, or all these different things, and it's so interesting to me. It really is. I'm very fascinated by how this stuff works. Um, yeah, it's very interesting to me. And when you really understand that, think about it this way: pain of any type, right? It's part of the human experience, right? How you experience loss is usually painful. It's painful to experience loss. It is painful to experience loss. It's very painful to experience loss. Um, Having that taken out of the equation really has the ability to mess up your dynamic of the human experience. And that can be very problematic, because if you mess that up, if you're never taught about pain, if you don't know what pain is, and it's just not given the right type of place in your life, in your dynamic experience of, emotions, you're gonna have a very hard time with life. That's just the way that it works. You need to sit with pain. You do. It's just the way that it is. Not avoid it, not distract yourself from it, not try to give it to someone else, um, not numb out from it. Just be with it, because it's just pain. That's all.